My van, my dogs, and I have been all over Europe and we've been on lots of adventures. And recently I talked about how my van life actually revealed my ADHD and autism traits. And today I'm talking about why van life actually works for my ADHD and autism.
We're getting some rain soon. Okay. Hey everyone, welcome back to a new video in my 4 Years Van Life series. And today's topic is why van life works for my ADHD and autism. Okay, in first place, living in a van gives you control of your environment. And even though not everything is always in control, you always have your safe bubble. You can pick it up and move somewhere else. So you don't have to fuss with neighbors that you don't like. You don't have to stay in overstimulating places. If you'd like to, you can go there and visit those places. But if you are overstimulated and in need of some rest, you can most of the time go into nature somewhere and go into a less stimulating environment, or just anywhere. I like to go into nature. I don't know where you like to go, but you can go to a less stimulating environment. The birds are going crazy. You can take your safe bubble and move it into a less stimulating environment, and that's very helpful. I used to have neighbors at my house, and one of the neighbors wasn't very pleasant, and I was always aware if she was around the house or she was always talking to me about stuff. And I'm very happy that if I get in these situations now, I can just move myself and all of my belongings and everything out of that situation, and I don't have to look back. Number 2, nature helps regulating your nervous system. And that's especially for me. Maybe there's people out there that don't really like nature, but for me, nature is a key thing in keeping myself regulated. And every day I open the door, I'm in nature. And sometimes when I travel, I'm in other places, but I can always move my van somewhere where there's nature and then just enjoy the surroundings and the peace and the sounds of the birds like I'm enjoying today. And yeah, that really helps me, being so close to nature, living so close to nature, looking out your window, seeing trees. That really helps me get regulated. I have to say, bugs are also a part of nature, and there are some videos of mine when I was in Sweden where I was getting so overwhelmed with all the bugs that were out there. That's also a thing. But most of the time, nature really helps me regulate, and I love to go out there and explore and see all the beautiful things. Another thing is simplicity reduces overwhelm. And this is especially for my ADHD. I can get, how do you say that? I can get special interest, and then I can go crazy and buy all the stuff I need to do the special interest. I no longer do that because I don't have any place to put it. So I have some embroidery things, and I have some, the watercolor things, just small things. I have a jump rope. I have some things on me in the van that I can use, but I don't really have that much stuff anymore. And there's no place to put any of it. So this physically stops me from getting all the things. And also, because you have to drive most of the time, you have to keep your stuff in a place, because my house, for instance, would have corners where stuff would accumulate, and it would just be this thing where I don't really know where to put things. So it's just in the corner and it could stay there for years or something. I don't have that in the van, because if I drive, it goes everywhere. So like these little bits and bobs things, they hold a lot of crap that I don't always need, or it's not in the right place. But this is basically like my ADHD corner thing. I don't use everything that's in here all the time, but some of it I do use. And there's not that much space. So for instance, I had bought a kick bike. I really liked the kick bike. I wanted to take it in the van. It didn't fit. I thought it would fit under the bed. It did not. So then I had it here, and I sold it yesterday because I thought, I love this kick bike, but I cannot even bring it with me on my travels. So it's just a hassle to have it. So I sold it again. But yeah, there's these things. You just have to keep things in a certain place, because there's not that much room, and also you cannot have that many things. For instance, if I buy new clothes, I have them sitting under the bed in little baskets. So if I buy new clothes, that means that old clothes have to go. There's just no room to put it anywhere. So yeah, I don't get too many things at the same time. And I think that really helps. There's not that much space to take care of. There's not that much stuff to organize or to take care of. And stuff usually is in an organized place. And I don't really struggle finding stuff. Sometimes I have like these really small, like a remote clicker to take pictures on the camera. I have to put that one in the same place back every time. Otherwise I lose it. It's just a small piece and I need it. I just don't need it all the time. So I won't even notice that I didn't put it back after weeks. Stuff like that. But yeah, most of the time everything has its own set place. It's also my autism that wants everything in a place, but for my ADHD, it's easy to put it back because the van is also so small that it's not like I'm standing in the kitchen and I need to go to a different room to put it there. And then I walk into the room and I'm like, oh wait, I was doing laundry or something. No, it's in this space. It's just in here. So I don't, of course, I can be, it does sometimes happen that I have something in the kitchen and then I go up to the bed to go into the little basket and then I want to put something in there and then I see something and I go in the little basket, but then you just turn around and you see your kitchen again and you're like, oh wait, I was doing something. So still I can have these little freeze moments where I'm like, oh wait, I get distracted, but mostly I'm in the same space. So yeah, I think that's very helpful that you cannot have that many things accumulating around you. And you're always in the space. Plus, yesterday I did my laundry and then I put my bedding out to dry in the sun. You have to put it away. You can. I have an extra spare bedding, but it's somewhere tucked away. I always use the same bedding, so I do bedding washing in the morning and then I have to put it back in the evenings. I have to put it back on there. And same for if I use a washing machine, I have to take it out. It's not my washing machine. I cannot leave stuff in there. And if I have stuff out of the dryer or if it's dry and I have my clean clothes, I put it here. But if I do that, I cannot move my table. So I can choose to move it all the time. But then I'm like, oh yeah, wait, I need to put it away. And then I put it away. So there's not really much space to procrastinate on things or to delay things. So I just do it basically instantly, and that's very helpful of living in such a small space that yeah, it's just helpful. You do things right away. Also, I only have 2 mugs, 2 glasses, 4 knives, 4 forks, 1 pan, 2 pots. I only have a certain amount of things. So if my 2 glasses are dirty, I need to wash one if I want to use it. That's also very helpful. I'm just living very minimalist, so I don't have that many things. So I need to take care of those things if I want to use it. It's starting to rain. Oh no. Is it really? Oh no, it's starting to rain. Is it? No, go away. Go away, rain. Go away. Maybe it's going away. I want to film. Come back in half an hour. Oh, there's a spider here. A little friend. He's like, it's raining. Oh, don't go, mommy. Is it gone? I don't mind spiders. I just don't want them on me or inside my house. I think the spider was like, it's getting wet, I'm going down. Anyway, the rain's gone now. Then you have physical routines. Oh, it's going to wait. The rain is coming and wind is coming. If we can't finish it, we'll go inside. Physical routines. You have to get water. Oh, it's like everything's changing. Are we okay? Ooh. What's happening? The weather's changing all of a sudden. Physical routines. You have to get water. You have to get rid of your trash. You have to get groceries. I can't have that many groceries at the same time in the van, so I only have this much space. So there's routines, there's things that you need to keep on top of. Otherwise, you will drown in your own trash, or you won't have any water to do anything. And these routines that come back every time, they're not that big of a chores to do, and for me they're also little dopamine chores. So if I'm like, oh, I'm out of water, I could get water, and it usually works best if I anticipate that I'm going to run out of water and I get new water beforehand. It's better than when you're brushing your teeth and then you're out of water and you're like, oh, I need to go get water now. It's better if I anticipate and do it beforehand. But yeah, these little routines, these little things that you need to keep doing, like putting everything away before you drive. Yeah, it's just like little routines that you do all the time to keep everything organized and working. And these really help. And they're usually little dopamine tasks. Then movement. When I have to do these little routine things, I'm always moving. I need to go get stuff. I need to go places. But also, I have 3 little dogs. I live with my 3 little dogs in this van. And they don't have a lot of room to roam. Sometimes I let them outside here, but there's cats and they eat stuff. So I always want to keep an eye on them. But my mind goes places like, oh, I want to have my own house with a big garden. Yeah. We're not talking about that right now. But what we're talking about is the movement. So I walk my dogs every day, multiple times, at least 3 times a day. And we walk like far. So I think I have about 2, well, if it's a rainy day, it's less, but like 2 to 3 hours a day of walking, only walking. Am I saying that right? Yeah, because I go for 45 minutes, especially when we're around here. It's super easy to go for walks around here. It's beautiful. There's lots of woods. There's lots of paths. It's safe-ish. If you keep an eye out for wildlife, you're safe. So I move around. I walk with the dogs for at least 2 to 3 hours a day. And maybe that's only if you do van life with dogs. But I also think that if you don't have dogs, you go into a town. If I would take the dogs into Portugal, we would go into a town. We would be roaming there for hours. You go into shops, you're just moving all the time. And that really helps. I've also really noticed lately, when the cold was going away, I was going on longer walks. And I really noticed I was feeling a lot better. I was staying more focused. And then I read about it, that it's really good for you. I didn't even realize that beforehand. I was just going for walks because it's such an inspiring environment to go for walks in. But it really relaxes me, it regulates me. And I'm outside walking all the time. And also with my dog. So movement is really good for neurospiciness and ADHD. And also for my freeze response. Jeez, there's so much wind all of a sudden. For my freeze response, it was really good to just keep moving and get out of those situations. And yeah, I'm really happy about that. And so movement is a very good part for neurodivergence. And living in the van, I move a lot in a day. Then freedom from social expectations. I think that's a really interesting one, because in another video I talked about how people look differently at you and they like place you outside of society. They think that you're not paying taxes, or you're not doing the status quo, so you're not doing how it's supposed to be, and that's kind of weird. But it's also super freeing, because I'm not climbing a career ladder. I'm not trying to aim for finding a husband or a wife. I'm not trying to find a spouse. I'm not trying to start a family and work 9 to 5 jobs and do routines, live in a certain place, pay for a mortgage, all that stuff. I don't do that. And it's very liberating to not have to do that. To not, like, you can choose to not do that anyway and don't live in a van. There's other ways you can do it, or you can live smaller or whatever. But not having a mortgage feels very freeing, and not having to stay in one place, so you're free to go explore other areas of Europe. Now I say Europe because if I wouldn't have my dogs, I would be able to go very further, but because I have my dogs, I choose to just stay in Europe. But I have room, I have freedom to go places and to see things. Oh, the wind is picking up. And yeah, you're liberated from the expectations. And now I have to say that I am, my new goal is to have a house somewhere, a little house, maybe in Sweden, a little cottage. But still, I think it will be kind of off-grid or more remote, or like a little farm. And it's still not, I still don't want a 9 to 5 day job then. So even though I would like to have a place where we can stay, I don't think I'll want that full time. But it's nice to have a place where you can go back to, you can relax. But yeah, it's very freeing to be free of social expectations. And then number 7, it forced me to understand my brain. I got to know myself a lot better, and it forced me to understand my brain and work with my brain. So like I talked about in the first video and in the second video, I didn't know I was neurodivergent when I started living in the van, started building the van. After 2 years, I found out I had ADHD, later autism. Living in a van gives you the freedom, oh my God, it's starting to rain, to accommodate your life around. It's really raining, kind of. Is it raining? Is it? Please go away. Come back in half an hour. Living in the van gives you freedom, or gives me freedom, to make my daily routine and my life around my energy and my autism and ADHD. So some days I really feel like gardening, and then I garden all day, and then I saw branches and I put flowers in, you know, I'm with my hands in the dirt. Other days my physical energy isn't that vibrant, and I get to stay inside and I get to do more other things. And what I've also noticed is that it's very nice to be able to regulate my sensory issues. So I have certain, while I'm now in one place, I have my comfort meals. So I eat chicory and potatoes every evening with the same spices and a little bit of mayonnaise. I have the same breakfast, usually, not all the time, but usually. Lunch is usually similar, and I found things that are comfortable for me. So I have certain knives that I like. I have certain glasses that I like. So I have all these little things that I really like, and I've put them all together in this van. I have a certain bed that I like. I have certain pillow. I have certain bed sheets. I have, I don't know, I think the English word would be percol cotton. I don't know. It's from Pip Studios. I found about this years ago is that if I have these bed sheets in that fabric, I sleep the best. So, and I have, you know, there's so many things that help me with my sensory issues, and it's easy to clean the floor. So you can always have a clean floor, sweep floor. There's so many things that I have. The only thing is that if it gets super cold or super hot, that's a little bit, if it gets really hot in the van, those days are a little bit harder on me because I have a hard time regulating my own temperature. And then I just get into like, I just get numb. I just want to lay down, don't move and do nothing, but you still need to do things. But those days are not that common. Colder days are better because you can put on the heater and make it more comfortable. But hot is kind of difficult to handle in the van. But living in this space, doing these routines, doing everything, it really made me understand my brain, figure out stuff about myself and my brain. And now I'm finding a balance between how I can sustain this lifestyle and how I can help myself and I can help my ADHD. And because I'm also a woman, my menstrual cycle affects everything massively. And for years and years, for almost 40 years, I'm turning 40 soon. When this video is out, I might actually be 40 already somewhere. The 8th of April is my birthday, and I'm turning 40. And I love that I'm turning 40 in the year that I'm also doing 4 years of van life. I didn't think that beforehand. But I'm also perimenopausal, so everything is just so influenced by my monthly cycle that I'm happy that I get to live by that cycle more now. So I don't have to pressure myself. For so many years, 40 years, I had to just go to a 9-to-5 job or different work times like 10 to 8, I don't know. But I had to work hard, push through. I have been in burnout for so long, neurodivergent burnout, I just never knew. I would always eat so much sugar to hype myself back up, to keep focused on doing. I would always be overstimulated. I would be so stressed out all the time. My nervous system was a wreck. And ever since I realized all these things about myself, I've been making different decisions. I've been feeling way better. And also inside the van, I've been making, I'm choosing different foods and I'm giving myself permission. I would always feel really bad if I would eat the same thing over and over because I would always think like, oh, you need nutrition, you need a variety in your diet. And I'm like, I don't. I do not need that. My body maybe, you know, nutrition-wise, but For me, it works better if I can get a comfort meal and I can eat it for months until I'm done, and then I find something else to eat, as long as it's a healthy meal. And yeah, so many things. I'm now learning to unmask. So it's sometimes there are days that I'm just in the van with the door closed. I go outside for walks. I don't have any interaction with people. For instance, yesterday we went to the vet with Wolfie for something that's happening to her, and we were there for almost 2 hours, and it was a bit scary. They were doing stuff to her eye. I didn't really like it. And I got home and I realized I was nonverbal for like half of the day. And I was just doing my things in my van. I was no longer talking. These are things that I've always had in my life. I just never knew what was going on. But these, just a 2-hour interaction at the vet, going there by bike and going back by bike, is so intense for me. It requires so much focus and masking and listening and just trying to make it work with the vet. And I'm scared and I'm overwhelmed, and or I'm worried about my dog and I'm overwhelmed, that I that was all the energy I had to give. I actually noticed it this morning when I woke up. I'm like, oh yeah, it's like the spoon theory. If I would have woken up yesterday with 10 spoons, I went to bed with -8, and this morning I woke up with -2, something like that. So yeah, it's very nice to know that I have this comfortable space, and I can how do you say that? I got to learn more about my brain, and now I get to put these systems in and work more with my energy, that I'm actually functioning better as a neurodivergent person. And I'm learning more every day. I've only known this. I've only known I'm autistic for 6 months, and I've only known I've ADHD for almost 2 years. So I'm all new to this. I'm still, probably if I make a video like this in 2 years, I have way more stuff figured out. But for now, I'm really happy. I'm starting to unmask. I'm starting to listen more to my body and my needs. I'm starting to communicate these to people, because one, I can sense it, but then still I need to communicate it so that I can have my boundaries checked and set. And yeah, I'm learning more about it. And I really love that doing this lifestyle and uprooting everything gave me the opportunity to learn more about my brain and to be more in touch with myself. Well, the birds are singing again. The wind is sort of leaving and the rain is leaving. I think we managed. I want to thank you so much for watching today's video. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions or anything to ask, please be free to comment down below. And if you want to support our future adventures or our channel, you're welcome to do so through my channel membership. And I will see you in the next one. And in the meantime, don't forget to say yes to new adventures.